Good morning. My name is John Cumalat, and I am the chair of the Department of Physics. I welcome you to our first ever remote graduation ceremony. I am speaking to you from the 11th floor Commons Room of Gamow Tower, and the backdrop is the Boulder Flatirons and Mountains. We want to remind you of our beautiful campus. I'd like to thank the staff, and in particular Veronica Lingo, who's taping this talk, Kirsten Apodaca, and Tim Lim for organizing this graduation celebration. Graduation ceremonies mark major transitional moments in your life. They celebrate all the work you put into your education and look forward to the future. Through your years of school, you've made friends, developed new skills, and discovered new things about yourself. We're celebrating the spring and summer degree completion of 76 bachelor degrees and 27 PhD degrees. We have 14 bachelor degree students graduating with Latin honors. Latin honors are presented to undergraduate students who have a high grade point average and who write and defend a thesis project. The Department of Physics is the largest academic unit at the University of Colorado, and we teach more than 34,000 student credit hours. We offer introductory courses for engineering and science students and general interest courses such as sound and music, light and color, and energy and the environment. We have 100 faculty if you count all the faculty members who teach and direct research. We offer a broad program of opportunities for all levels of students. We train students and research in atomic, molecular, and optical physics, laser physics, plasma physics, material science, condensed matter physics, nuclear physics, high-energy physics, and physics education research. We have the third largest undergraduate program in the country with over 700 majors from two colleges, the College of Engineering and the College of Arts and Sciences. In fact, we are the only department with degrees from two different colleges. This year, we have the largest PhD program in the U.S. out of 200 physics PhD granting institutions. We graduate 2% of all PhDs in physics in the country. We have a distinguished faculty and staff and have been decorated in both teaching and research. This year, we were selected by the American Physical Society for an award recognizing our efforts in improving undergraduate physics. In research, we have several faculty who are members of the National Academy of Sciences, and we are fortunate to have 4 faculty who have been recognized with a Nobel Prize. We are still waiting for our first student to be recognized as such, and this is the challenge I pose to our graduates. During this ceremony, we will recognize the outstanding undergraduate physics students in arts and sciences and in engineering. And we will award the Stephen Halley White Award for outstanding undergraduate research. We had many amazing undergraduate research projects this year, some of which you may hear when the students talk about their graduation. I want to begin by saying a few words about this semester. Midway through the semester, we transitioned from in-person classes to remote classes. Faculty, staff, and students were sent home. We're living through unprecedented times during the coronavirus pandemic. We are sequestered at home, our classes are remote, our labs are closed, and we are conducting business over the phone or on Zoom when we used to talk in person. And who is at the greatest risk during the pandemic? The virus has the greatest impact on people who have acquired the most knowledge and life experience. It is people over 65. It is our parents and grandparents. To all graduates, I ask you to promise to thank the older people in your lives and to those who have supported you through school. It is an essential lesson to learn. When you feel you should thank someone, then do it immediately. Express your gratitude to all the people who helped you through the years. That includes your family, friends, and anyone who encouraged or supported you in your studies. The year 2020 will be remembered as a time when people were wearing masks and social distancing. This 2020 year will be the year you graduated from CU. This is a time when you can be creative and think deeply about subjects. Don't worry about exactly what you will do. Worry about who you are becoming. Focus on continued growth and learning, and what you're meant to do will become clear. Think about problems that are difficult and don't have a solution. That's where you could have the greatest impact. I would encourage you to not be too cautious. The world we now embrace and have come to expect will be different in the post-pandemic future. There will be new challenges and opportunities. Your time spent at home, if used productively, can shape your thinking for the future. And finally, stay in touch. We want to know how you advance in life and take pride in your being part of our departmental faculty. We also recognize our outstanding staff employee of the year. We would like to recognize our outstanding physics teacher of the year. This is selected by our undergraduate teaching committee, and this year's recipient is Keith Omer. We'd like to give a special recognition to all the students that have achieved a grade point average greater than 3.85. These are what we call our physics distinguished graduates. Within physics, we're very proud of our Latin honor students. Physics has a larger percentage of Latin honor students than any other department in the university. Each year, we select the outstanding graduates in both the College of Arts and Sciences in Physics and in Engineering. First, I will recognize the outstanding graduates in Physics. They are Anthony Carroll and Justin Nikoski. Next, I would like to recognize the outstanding graduate in Engineering Physics. This year, our selection is Conrad Newfield. I'd like to recognize the winner of the Stephen Halley White Undergraduate Research Award. It was created in 2014 to recognize and to reward outstanding undergraduate research projects in physics. Dr. White earned a BA in physics at the University of Colorado Boulder in 1963. He worked during his undergraduate years at CU in the laboratories of Professor Walt Tantala as an NMR electronics technician, and Professor Donald Burkhardt helping with the development of speech synthesizing systems, and with Professor Seth Mizushima doing original research on the development of the liquid state laser. This year, our winner is Noah Hood. And Noah has prepared a few remarks for you as the outstanding recipient of this award.
When I started college at CU 4 years ago, I never thought that I'd be here today in a variety of ways. Most obviously, I never thought I'd be watching my own graduation through my laptop, but more than that, I didn't ever hope to dream that I would be winning an award for my research and speaking to all of you. So thank you to the Honors Council for selecting me for this award. I'm incredibly honored, and I know that I wouldn't be standing here today were it not for my research mentors, Dr. Shu Wang and Professor Mihai Ranyi, and in addition, all the countless other faculty and staff that I've annoyed with my questions throughout the years. Thank you all. I know that this is a time of uncertainty for all of us, and for many of us, waiting to hear back from grad schools has made that time even more uncertain. And my grad school applications personally didn't go at all the way that I thought they would. I wasn't admitted to any of the schools that I applied to, and even though I'm now grateful for that learning experience, and I plan on applying to schools again next year, there was a long period of time where that was really hard for me, and I had to really do some soul searching. It caused me to rethink everything that I'd always thought I wanted to do in life. And at times I even considered whether choosing physics had been the wrong choice. But what took me out of that dark path was remembering all of the positive things that I've gotten out of my experiences at CU. One in particular that comes to mind is that when I was a sophomore, I had an amazing opportunity to be able to go to Norway and do research there for 5 weeks. And even though this was set up through my home lab at CU, by the time I had to leave, we hadn't really decided on a definitive research project. So I got on a plane right after finals and flew out to Oslo without any idea of really what I'd be doing. And I remember I walked into this tiny Norwegian apartment, and it was 10 by 10 feet or something, and of course entirely furnished by IKEA. And I just remember thinking, what am I doing here? I couldn't get ideas out of my mind of would I be expected to dress differently or address the professors differently, and would I even be able to understand physics in this new cultural context? But I remember being relieved to find that when I got to the physics building on my first day, that even though I'd be working in a different university, in a different lab, in a different country, that physicists everywhere are pretty much cut from the same cloth. From an abhorrence of formal wear to a passion for understanding and discovery, physicists are really all cut from the same cloth. So after studying physics at CU, we're all in the position to join this global community of physicists. And though many of you may not be pursuing a career in physics, we've also learned what it means to be part of that community by maybe spending all-nighters for that one quantum homework, or frantically poring over E&M notes 5 minutes before the test. But just when uncertainty will inevitably rear its ugly head again, remember that we're part of a global community of physicists, and to lean on each other for that community of curiosity and passion for understanding, and hopefully that'll carry us through together. Thank you.
As I mentioned before, we graduate students in two different colleges, through the College of Arts and Sciences and through the College of Engineering. The students who graduate in the College of Arts and Science receive a Bachelor of Arts degree, and the students who graduate in the College of Engineering receive a Bachelor of Science degree. Students were invited to submit their own videos, and we're happy to feature those as well during their ceremony. And here are the students that have been recognized with a Bachelor of Science.
Hello everyone, this is Mike Dubson. I'm Associate Chair for Undergraduate Studies at the Department of Physics, University of Colorado, Boulder. I'll begin by reading the names of the students who will receive a degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics from the College of Engineering. Richmond Adufu. Kyle Bender. Aidan Boenick. William Clemson. Dean Curtis. Sean Hansen. Jessica Harris. Marshall Hare. Lucas Collins. Joseph McCann. Gregory Miller. Conrad Newfield. James Newkirk. Caleb Penner. Seth Radman. Sarah Reitz. David Stearns. Francesco Vasali. Catherine Vega.
Thank you so much for letting us do this. I definitely want to say thank you to my mom and my dad. I love you guys. Thank you so much for believing in me and supporting me through all this. Thank you also. Gracias, abuela y abuelo. Los quiero mucho. They're amazing. They immigrated here and they've just always worked so hard for our family. They're my rocks. Thank you to my stepdad and my stepmom and my aunts and uncles. And yeah, I have a big family. I'm Latina. Thank you to my sisters and my brothers. And definitely thank you to my fiance. I love you. Thank you for always encouraging me and lifting me up when I was stressed out or feeling down through it all. And thanks to my classmates. We did it, guys. Yay. It was great working with you all. And thank you so much to the amazing professors that always believed in us and were there for us.
And Allison Wheaton.
Hey there! To my friends and family who have been through this journey with me for the last 4 years, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done. For the food, for the friendship, for all of the late homework nights, just for everything. It's been a wonderful 4 years and I look forward to everything that comes next, and that can't have happened without you. Thank you.
And now, these are the students that have been recognized with a Bachelor of Arts.
Musab Al-Bakri. Zaid Al-Fala. Ahmed Al-Ghanim. Munthar Al-Ghamshi. Michelle Athe. David Basoko. Susan Bourne. Michael Brand. Brandon Breeden. Cole Cabrera. Anthony Carroll. Hector Ayala Diego. Nicholas Duperret. Christian Dusbabek. Benjamin Farr. John Henry Fitzgerald. Sergei Gitalov. Maud Hilmi Halim. Coleman Hartinger. Noah Hood. James Huffman. Eugenio Jamie Rivero. Bin Jha. Michael Johnson. Jessica Kane. Kyle Kelly. Jenna Kishinevsky. Dean Kruger. Allison Leffler. Angel Madrid. Aaron Mankel. Joseph McCarthy.
Congratulations, class of 2020. My name is Joseph McCarthy, and I wanted to thank my friends and family for helping me accomplish this milestone in my life. In particular, I wanted to thank my mom and dad, Michelle and Patrick McCarthy, for helping me make tough decisions and supporting me throughout my entire college career. I also wanted to thank all of my friends and colleagues for their support and wisdom. Congrats, class of 2020, and best of luck in all of your future endeavors.
Zachary McCurr. Christy Meekins. Liam Mertz Hoffmeister. Matthew Mitchell. Destry Monk. Benjamin Mornow. Justin Nikoski. Daniel Niket. Kristen Oliver. Vincent Peng. Noah Perkovich. Joshua Portnoy. Trevor Reese. Remington Rule. Yuval Sunny. Brendan Storrs. John Tate. Colin Thomas. Megan Walters. Jiaqi Wang. Dylan Wharton. Jory Whitmore. Chen Wu. And Shikong Zhu.
So normally at the completion of recognizing each of the students with Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science degrees, we ask them to take their own tassels, mine is shown on the left-hand side because I've graduated, and move them from right to left. And please join me in congratulating all of these students.
We have one student receiving a degree of Masters of Physics, and he is Eric Walker.
And next we turn to the recognition of the PhD students. As we are unable to hood these students in person, we have asked both the students and advisors where possible to say a few words.
Douglas Bopp. Peter Burns. James Greenberg. Peiru He.
Hello everyone, I'm Peiru. Thank you for attending this special virtual ceremony and celebrating with us. There are so many people I want to say thank you to. First and forever to my mom and dad. I feel so honored to have you as my parents. And now I want to express my deepest gratitude for you, for your care and encouragement over the years. And I also want to thank my husband for the company and the love. Words cannot describe how important you are to me. And I also want to say thank you to my advisor, Professor Anna Maria Ray. Your enthusiasm in science inspired me a lot. Last but not least, I want to say thank you to my dear friends for adding a lot of fun and enjoyment to my life.
Hi Peru, congratulations, very well done. It's a shame that we cannot be together in person to celebrate in the graduation ceremony all your accomplishments. But you have to know that you did a fantastic job. And in other circumstances, I would be there with my graduation outfit, putting you the hood and clapping very loud for your great performance during your PhD. It has been a great pleasure to have you in my group. I enjoy very much working together. And I want to wish you the best for your future career. You will do great. And for now on, just try to celebrate and be proud of all what you have accomplished during your PhD. Congratulations. Bye-bye.
Andrew Hess. Kurt Hill.
So Kurt, we just wanted to say congratulations for finishing your PhD. It's just been an absolute pleasure having you in the lab. It's hard to remember when you first started doing stuff on Phoenix and then 2 different Atlas projects. And we're really gonna miss you from the group. Congratulations.
Yeah, let me also say huge congratulations to Dr. Kurt Hill. It was a major professional and personal pleasure to have Kurt in the group. Kurt had a very impressive PhD thesis, as Jamie mentioned, with multiple publications in rather different areas, which is very rare in our field. It was also extremely useful to have in the lab. He was a very good citizen and I think a model for our other students. So we wish you all the best and congratulations again.
Rebecca Jolitz. Joshua Knobloch. Adam Lamson. Alexandra Lau.
Congratulations, Dr. Law. I am so grateful you decided to join the Folk Project. The role you filled was intended for a postdoc with postdoc level expectations and responsibilities. Though you had less experience, it didn't show. You have been a dependable and trustworthy project manager, an insightful and creative researcher, and a delightful and easygoing colleague, and all-around wonderful human. It has been delightful working with you and quite rewarding to see you learn and grow. You have become a true colleague, someone I learn from, depend on, and whose ideas and insights I value and respect. I look forward to continued collaboration with you and watching your very promising career unfold.
As Professor Dancy says, you are a remarkable colleague. In your doctoral work, you've come to embody and enact academic pursuits in the best of ways. We and so many others have learned a tremendous amount from you and are most heartened to welcome you to the enduring community of scholars and academics known as Doctor. With profound appreciation and expectation for long-lasting collaborations and inspiring, congratulations to you, Dr. Law.
Junling Long. Shizheng Ma. Wei Mao. William McGrew. Adrian Merritt.
Congratulations, Adrian. You did a great job on your research and you're a great group member. I really enjoyed working with you and the time we spent doing grueling experiments at the national labs. I was especially happy when you started to correct my mistakes, and that's when I knew you were getting close to graduating. The group will miss you, but I hope that we will do some more science together. Best of luck in your new job in Germany, especially getting there.
Jeffrey Moore. Stephen Okanuski. Gabriel Peterson. Albert Schmeitz. Athria Shankar.
To all of CU and Boulder, thank you for a wonderful and life-changing 6 years. Thank you, Murray, for being so patient in guiding me and for giving me so much freedom to explore physics. I'm going to miss all the cricket discussions and group lunches. I'm forever grateful to John Bollinger, James Thompson, Jinx Cooper, Nicola and Mary Lou for being such wonderful collaborators and for shaping my mindset towards research. I'm truly grateful to have friends like Kannan, Balaji and Harsha who have been more than brothers to me during these long years away from home. My parents, sister, grandparents and great aunt have been my pillars of emotional support during this time and will be watching the ceremony live at 3:30 a.m. from India. No amount of thanks can do justice to their role in my accomplishment today. Finally, congratulations to all the families who are celebrating their graduates today.
Raghavendra Srinivas. Rongshen Tai. Keith Tauscher. Susanna Todaro. Kenneth Underwood.
My name is Juliet Gopinath, his faculty advisor in physics. Congratulations, Kenneth, on finishing your PhD. From the minute you walked in, right after I was groggily, sleepily getting back from having my twins, and you said you wanted to join my lab, I knew that you would be successful. You have all the qualities to succeed. You have grit, perseverance, a willingness to work hard, a willingness to question, and most importantly, a lack of being intimidated. You have worked on some of the hardest experiments in my laboratory with a fabulous success. I know that you will be successful in your career moving forward. Jokingly, we can say now that your PhD is no longer playing violin. And I have to say that it will be a very proud moment for me when I can hood you in person after we get through this pandemic. Congratulations again.
Xian Xia.
So I'm here to congratulate Dr. Xin Xie on her brand new PhD. Congratulations, Xin. Xin started off working with Professor Debbie Jin some years ago, but finished her PhD thesis working with Professor Jun Yi and with me on an experiment in few body physics. She did these beautiful measurements of 3 very, very loosely bound atoms in a 3-atom molecule, extremely loosely bound, showed that these molecules obeyed very beautiful universal properties, wrote a very nice thesis about it. I really wish you well, Xin, in your future endeavors. I know that Jun Yi is just as proud of your accomplishments as I am, and we hope that you won't forget us and come back to see us sometime. Good luck.
And Hao Zheng.
I'd like to thank you all for attending our first ever remote ceremony, and thank you so much.